Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your December tarot reading. This will be a reading for the people who are born under the Lover's card or the Devil's card. If you do not know what your tarot birth card is, I have got a quick video that shows you how to work it out. I'll leave you a card here and a link in the description box below. And obviously being born under a specific tarot birth card, that gives you specific personality trait and aspirations, that kind of thing. I've also recorded a video that explains all of this, so if you're interested and you want to check this out, there's another card here and definitely in the description box below. So for today's reading, I am going to pull out a few energies from my Oracle deck and then I will clarify with the tarot. I've reviewed both of these decks if you're wondering about them. So if you want to check out the artwork and maybe get them for yourself, they will be listed in the description box below too. So now that I've gone through all of this, I hope you're doing well, and I just ask that you please remember those are general readings. They will not resonate with everybody. So if you would like to connect to my energies and the energy of my deck, now is the time to take a couple of deep breaths and do so. So what do my Aquarians born under the Lovers and the Devil cards need to hear for their highest good for December, please? So your first energy is the Chrysoprase forest, which is the energy of forgiveness. So I'm going to put it here. We then have the Amethyst forest, wisdom. And the Amazonite forest, harmony. So I'm getting instantly the message that maybe some of you have been holding on to a grudge. You've been deeply hurt by something or someone. And your spirit team is telling you that now is time to let it go and forgive. This experience, no matter how painful it was, brought you wisdom. We don't always see it when we're in pain or when we're being tested, obviously. It's easier said than done. But it happened for a reason. You've gained a lot of wisdom from this situation, and now is the time for harmony coming back in your life. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Can you clarify those messages for my Aquarians, please? Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Devil, Major Arcana. Then we have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Lovers. So for some of you, your own card, another Major Arcana. But on the deck, which is the energy that's at work that you may not be aware of, we have the Page of Wands. That's interesting because there's a reading I recorded, and I believe it was the one for the people born under the High Priestess, Strength and Judgment. They had the Page of Wands as their under the deck energy, and also had the Devil in the exact same position. So there may be a message for you in that reading too. Just thought I'd mention it because it's striking me because they're next to each other. But the Page of Wands, just generally speaking, they represent, well, pages represents news, messages coming your way, and also new direction. Wands being fire, this is about something that's really exciting to you. The Page of Wands, generally speaking, is a nice bit of news coming your way, or a new door that opens out of nowhere. You can see with the ladybird on the card, this is the, the luck symbolism of the card, of something coming that's, going to brighten up your day is what I'm hearing, which is really nice to have. So let me put this here. Oh, wait on a minute. I think my flash just went away. Sorry about that. I hope you can still see it. So under forgiveness, we've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So you got double eights, and eights represent advancement of any kind in the tarot. But it's more challenging with the swords energy than it is with any other energies, if I'm honest. Because swords being the mental realm, it's everything to do with your thoughts. Truths as well sometimes are exposed, and knowledge. And the Eight of Swords talks about the prison of the mind, is what I like to call it, because it's thinking about something and, you know, kind of rehashing it and not being able to find a way out. So often in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you will see a woman that's blindfolded, and she's bounded, and there are 8 swords around her, and there is a clear path. She could free herself, but she doesn't see it. So this is not an easy energy to be in, because yeah, I could sit here all day long and tell you, well, you know, just snap out of it, but it's not easy. I've been there, and when something is literally devouring your mind, is what they're saying, which is very strong vocabulary, but that's what they're saying to me. But when it's devouring your mind, it's very difficult to see past it. And this is a card that says that there is a way out. You can untangle yourself from this, but you're going to have to detach yourself a little bit from something, is the message I'm getting. And with the Eight of Pentacles being here, this is saying this is going to be hard work, slow progress, but definitely progress, because the Pentacles energy is earth energy. So it's the slowest of all of the energies we have in the tarot, but it's also the most reliable one. It's grounded energy. So the Eight of Pentacles talks about working diligently at something, patiently, developing your skill or growing. And in this case, because I'm getting this heavy energy of, you know, being stuck in your head about something that happened, something that hurt you, okay? And there's a need for forgiveness, whether you need to forgive somebody else or you need to forgive yourself, maybe. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do, is to forgive yourself. I find anyway that it's harder than forgiving other people for some reason. But the Eight of Pentacles is saying that you're working on it, and that despite the fact that you may feel that you're not making good progress, you are, okay? You are going to be able to free yourself of this overarching thing, basically, overthinking, just not being able to let this go and not seeing a way out, not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming. But it will come through the act of forgiveness, is what I'm hearing loud and clear. And from that, you know, you gain that wisdom. And I wasn't surprised when I saw the King of Wands popping up here, because the kings, just generally speaking, they represent expertise, skill, mastery of their suits. So the Wands energy, as I've explained in the Page of Wands, is everything to do with passion, with having the drive. You know, the King of Wands is someone who's incredibly charismatic. Oh, and no genders attached, obviously, just the energy of the card. This is someone who's very driven, very charismatic, a leader, someone who, you know, has that persona that people just immediately want to follow. And when they come into a room, you know they're here, you notice them. This is someone who would take calculated risks as well, because unlike the Knight of Wands, who would just go for it without thinking, these type of people, they've learned obviously from having being bitten before, is what they're saying. So there's that card of wisdom incarnate, and still that passion in the red cardinal, obviously, because, and you know, this is a bird that's kind of you don't see every day, so there's also that uniqueness. When you look at this King of Wands, you can see this is something special, and this is someone who thinks out of the box. And I really, really believe that this is you transforming because of this difficult situation that you're having to forgive or forgive yourself. This is you, you know, glowing. The Seven of Swords, now 7 being a number of self-analysis. And when you analyze, particularly when you self-analyze, you know, you gain experience, wisdom, and then that gives you the confidence to move forward and to really glow and be in your power. And the King of Wands is in their power. The Seven of Swords is really the card that to me says work smarter, not harder. And generally speaking, in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's all about this dude who's stealing the swords in the middle of the night from the other army. And this is someone who's very clever, someone who's realized that if the other army doesn't have any weapons, they're not going to be able to fight them, which then means he's not going to die tomorrow. So I'm gaining that message from this card that you have learned that you are someone who now really sees out of the box. You can think out of the box, find solutions where most people wouldn't actually, because you have been through it. You've been through evidently something that was very difficult, and whether you had to forgive someone and forgive yourself, this moment has led you to transforming into this rare bird, you know, the King of Wands, and somebody who can adapt, because the Seven of Swords also talks about adaptability. You know, why fight when I can just remove the problem altogether? This is intense wisdom if you think about it. So it's a beautiful energy. Now, for some of you, but I'm really not getting this message strongly, so I would say this is just for a few of you. This may well be this person that you're having to forgive, but that's not the overall vibe I'm getting. And from that, you know, from gaining that wisdom and transforming into this King of Wands, you then get harmony into your life. And you can see how this is a very peaceful card with a beautiful green, the heart chakra color, where you finally are at peace with something. And there's the Devil and the Lovers together. Now, I sniggered inside because obviously these are your two cards. So the chances of them appearing at the same time under each other is very, very interesting. Now, when you are born under the Devil and the Lovers, this is number 6 that rules you, which is the number of harmony, which is right under the card of harmony. So please, please, please believe that harmony is coming back into your world. And, you know, this is after having overcome some kind of disruption, but that disruption always leads you to more self-discovery, you know, really discovering the deeper aspect of who you are. It's always, you know, I always say it's happening for you, not to you, and I really truly believe this. And so the Lovers being a card of a choice, a very important choice, because major arcana talk about longer term effect, impact on your life, as opposed to the minors that are just day-to-day events. This is really making a choice to not go back to what holds you back, because the Devil can be a temptation, can be a negative behavioral pattern that keeps on repeating itself. It can be a limiting energy that's internal when we talk nastily to ourselves, you know, we put ourselves down. It can be anything that brings you instant gratification and you regret it afterwards, like, you know, shopping therapy as it's called, or eating the whole tub of ice cream instead of just a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. And so this is really, to me, in combination, is saying, okay, you can make a choice to really turn your back on this Devil, whatever this limiting energy is for you. If it's a grudge you're holding on to, which I know for some of you it is, because I felt it very distinctively right at the opening of your reading. But whatever this Devil is, whatever this limiting energy that you have hanging around you, you are this King of Wands. You are this rare bird, this unique bird who's very strong, who's got so many talents about themselves. You can put this behind, but this is that big crossroad. This is that big decision, that moment in your life where, you know, you have to choose. Who am I going to be? That's what they're saying to me. Who am I going to be? Am I going to be this person who is buried in negativity and becomes bitter, or am I going to embrace this King of Wands energy, which is who I truly am deep down, and am I going to shine and have a beautiful life and live at peace because I've managed to let go of this and I've forgiven someone or forgiven myself, you know? And obviously that's up to you to answer that question. So I'm going to close out your reading with a final card. So can we have a final message for Aquarians born under the Lovers or the Devil cards, please? Okay, that's way too many, but the Empress came out, which is always a good sign. It's fertility, growth, expansion, lacking for nothing, being within your power again. That's beautiful. You know, I'm going to take this one because it's talking to me. The Two of Pentacles, again, weighing up your options. That's the universe saying, I meant what I said. You have to weigh up your option and decide who you want to be. Right, can we have a final message, please? Something that's going to enlighten us, not repeat yourself, please. You know what? Top card. The Ten of Wands. Yep. I did say to you, you're going to release something, and this is going to be very freeing. The 10 is the completion. Wands, again, energy of passion, desire. The 10 of Wands is successfully dropping your burden. That through the act of forgiveness. You know, this is when you drop your burden. You've learned all the lessons that you needed to learn from it. You've grown, and you just drop it because you are the King of Wands. You master this energy, and it's okay now for you to just drop it. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you did, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a wonderful month, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.